Welcome to the next project, episode 2 of the Tweed Champ replica build. If you haven't seen episode 1 yet, please take a few minutes to watch it. It's 8 minutes of routing and sawdust that will bring you up to speed with what we're going to do today. Today we'll continue with some woodworking on the cabinet, starting with cutting the control access area in the top panel of the cabinet, then doing some angle cuts on the front face of the cabinet, giving it that angle stance, followed by notching and gluing in the speaker baffle cleats that run horizontally across the front of the cabinet, and also cutting the speaker baffle and poking a hole in it for the speaker. We'll wrap things up by easing all of the exterior edges with a 1/2 inch roundover bit and giving the cabinet a good sanding overall, making it nearly ready for tweed wrap. Let's start the next project. For the first step today, we're going to mark up the top panel for the control access cutout. After marking up the top panel, I moved over to the drill press and used a Forstner bit that matched the corner radius. And as a bonus, I got wood chips in my coffee cup. This entire step could have been done a number of different ways. Could have used a regular hole saw or even a jigsaw to rough out the opening of the cavity cutout. The next amp cabinet I build, I'll probably cut out the cavity opening before I assemble the box, if I remember. And now using a jigsaw to finish the rough opening. And here I'm attaching a routing template to the top panel using some double-sided pattern tape. The tape is similar to masking tape, but it's a little thicker and does have adhesive on both sides. Using the crosscut sled, I clamp the cabinet on its side, aligning my proposed cut with the blade slit in the deck. This process is then repeated for the other side of the cabinet. Okay, next I'm going to run it through the saw and try to knock off this little triangular edge. I don't know if you can see it there. Right there. Okay, we've got our angles on the face cut. This is the base plate, this is the top plate. So it's beveled back so the cabinet actually looks like it's leaning back. Now we need to cut in the recess to hold these speaker baffle pieces. One at the top and one at the bottom. Using tight bond again. One of those glues that does this job pretty well. Using my portable router table, which consists of a trash can, a large flat shelf with a router deck dropped in the middle,
I'll be easing all the exterior edges of the cabinet using a 1/2-inch roundover bit.
The 1/2-inch roundover has been done on the outside edges, not inside the speaker opening nor inside the back opening, but around the outer edges, top and bottom, are all done. Looks good. It's really coming together nicely. It just needs some finish sanding, and I need to cut the speaker baffle panel, which we'll do next. I've made myself a cutting jig. I've put a nail in here that I actually used to drill the center hole on the speaker baffle panels. Then I sunk that same nail into this board that I'm going to use to spin the baffles on. This hole is for it's going to be an upcut router bit to come through, and I have it marked so I know where from center to this mark is 3.5, so that as I spin it, it will give me my 7-inch cut. It's off lopsided, so I can move it around a little bit as needed. Gotta get it lined up where I want it. Should be able to clamp it in the corners, and we should be able to get these cut out.
And finally, a little bit of time spent doing some sanding. Who doesn't like sanding?
Okay, the speaker baffles are cut and they look good. I have this one taped in at the moment.